Alright, welcome to another figures update video. Today is August 8th of 2022, and this past weekend there was a very big event in Tokyo, Japan called Smile Fest. And so we're going to be discussing some new cool figures that is going to be coming out or in the process of being made. But before I get into the video, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and check out my blog at otakusen.com. I'm covering Uncle from Another World, and I got some other content coming out pretty soon. And yeah, let me talk about this update real quick about, I made an order off of amiami.com. I decided to combine a few figures together that I should have left separately. So yeah, I decided to combine my order of this Cowboy Bebop Mega House figure, the Shion Bunny, and then the Inosuke Nendoroid doll, which was a kind of a mistake, but I decided to go through it anyways. I didn't go DHL. DHL was over like 30,000 yen. And I decided to go with my very first surface parcel shipping. So it's going to come by boat. And it's going to take 1 to 3 months or longer. This is my first time doing the slow shipping. So I saved a lot of money. I've talked about this all the time. The risk is you have to wait a long time. If it comes messed up, I'm going to have to deal with the consequences of that. So yeah, next time, maybe the best deal is maybe ship these figures separately. I think that's probably what I'm mostly going to do from now on. You know, I had a chance to ask them to separate it, but I said, hey, yo, I'm going to take the chance so I can at least talk to you guys and tell you guys, hey, this is my experience shipping with the surface parcel. So yeah, whenever it comes, I'll discuss that. But yeah, I got the medium Nava bare-legged bunny. So I'm editing a video for her right now, and I'm going to be making, finally, I got this figure from Lunar Toy Store, and it's the Aniplex Sakura Mato figure. And I'll be making a video for that after I'm done with the medium Nava bare-legged bunny figure. A couple of weeks ago, there was some other figures that I missed out on in terms of a lot of updates. And one of them right now, they're releasing a new season of My Hero Academia coming up, I believe in October. So there's a bunch of other figures of My Hero Academia characters that's coming out. And of course, a company that we can all rely on is Kotobukiya. Kotobukiya is coming out with a 1/8 scale, a Dabi, RFXJ. And I've been wanting kind of a scale for this character for a while now. You know, there has been Nendoroids. He's had like a re-release of a Nendoroid that's came out, but I don't really want to collect Nendoroids, actually. I want to get the scales. That's kind of where I've molded myself into what I really want the most, and the scale figures seem to be the ones that I want to collect the most. So yeah, Dabi. And another one is Aizawa, Shouta Aizawa. He's just another My Hero Academia, Kotobukiya, RFXJ 1/8 scale that, you know, we can get. So I'm excited about that. There's a lot of side characters or not as popular or, you know, not really the main characters of My Hero that are getting a lot of scale figures. So that gives us an opportunity to get something from them that's a little bit better quality. And if you guys are a fan of Aizawa, this Kotobukiya figure, you know, we can always rely on them to do a decent job. So this is another one to keep an eye on. And there are the big three. This is the big three. You know, you have Mirio, you have Nejire, and you have Tamaki. They're all getting from Belfine, Takara, Tomy. They are all getting scale figure, and it's very similar to the Momo Yao Yorozu figure that I did an unboxing video on. If you guys want to check that out, these figures from these three characters, it's in a very, very similar style, and we're just not gonna have the opportunity to get these characters in a better quality. So I'm very excited that these three are getting a scale, but I'm probably not gonna get the Nejire. Probably not gonna get Tamaki, but I'll probably get the Mirio one. I really like this character. He had a lot of time to shine 2 seasons ago in My Hero, so season 4, I believe, where he had a really, really big role. But yeah, I really, really like this character. And if you guys are paying attention right now to the manga, I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah, these three characters are fighting right now. And there's something very, very drastic that happened. Today, I just read chapter 362 of My Hero Academia. So if you guys are caught up with the manga, oh boy, the ending... Oh, man, I don't know what to think. You know, I was really shocked that I'm just shocked. Really, really shocked. But yeah, keep an eye out for My Hero Academia figures. And, there's a lot of, decent companies that's coming out with a lot more of the side characters in the show. So keep an eye out for that. And the next figure is a resin figure. So I'm one of those guys that like to think that they're going to get a resin figure, but I don't really have this space, nor I have like a lot of money like that to get one of these figures. But I like to keep my eyes on some that maybe one day I'll get when I get my own place, when I have a bigger place, that I'm probably going to get a bunch of resins. But right now, I'm keeping my eye on this Naruto one. He's in his Sage mode. But this is just a resin that I'm keeping an eye on. I'm not too familiar with this company, Space 7 Collectibles. I don't know much about them. I don't think not many people know about them either. So it popped up on speculativefictionshop.com. And that is where I tend to kind of browse around for my resin figures that I might be interested in. That and Big Bad Toy Store is the only two stores I really look at right now. But yeah, just keeping my eyes on that. And of course, we have to talk about Smile Fest Tokyo 2022 in Shinjuku. So this occurred this past weekend on August 6th and August 7th. And there's a bunch of companies basically kind of like under that Good Smile umbrella. So you have like really big companies like Fat. I like some of their figures. Of course, Aniplex, Kadokawa, 3-0, Freeing, Sentinel, Revolve, Finex. There's so many good like line of figures and companies that, I like. So there's probably something that's released this past, or news that was released this past weekend that you guys want to, keep your eyes on and get ready for the release and get ready for more prototype pictures, that type of thing. But yeah, my biggest interest is of course the B-style freeing figures. And there was quite a few that kind of popped up. And my favorite so far is the Uzui Tengen one. It's the 1/4 scale B style. We only really got one little sneak peek picture. Uzui Tengen, I'm super excited for this figure. I've been waiting for this for a while. I'm still waiting for the Nezuko news to drop, 1/4 scale of it. And out of all the Uzui figures that, I have my eyes on, I really like this one the most because the detail, look how swole this dude is. And he's pretty swole in the anime too. So this one is like almost perfect, or, just about perfect of a kind of figure that I want from Uzui. I don't need too much special effects. So that little bit of special effects is probably going to make him cost more. They like putting special effects to drive up the cost with these kind of figures. But yeah, I like this one the most so far out of all his other figures. I am getting the Aniplex scale. That's supposed to come out later this year. And this is the other one. I'm probably going to pass on the Mega House one now. And there might have been some other Uzui figures that I can't think of right now that's coming out. But most definitely this 1/4 scale freeing. I want this one the most. So I'm probably just going to stick to the Aniplex one and this freeing one. So yeah, really, really super excited. It's probably going to come sometime next year. Got my eyes on that. And surprisingly, there's two other 1/4 scales from Freeing that I have my eyes on. And it's from the movie Jujutsu Kaisen 0, we have Satoru Gojo and we have Suguru Geto. And they both look pretty darn good. But the thing is with Satoru Gojo, he has so many figures, really good figures, I might add. There's a lot of good figures of him out there. So to me, he's so popular that he's become saturated. In my opinion, this is a very good figure from a very, very specific timeline of the show. So this is kind of like earlier on when he is a little bit younger. So through the movie, you guys watch the movie. It's a cool pose. I like it. I don't think there's really any figures of him with the white kind of bandage wrap around his eyes. So that's really cool. And then you have the special effects is like, I never seen the red and white special effects. So of course he has the blue and the red, and then Murasaki's purple. So you combine those two colors. So this is something cool. If you have the extra money, you have the extra room. This is something that is in my wheelhouse, but space, affordability, what do I want the most kind of comes into play. And this is one of those ones where it's like I might end up, if somehow I make a lot of money in the next year, I might pick them up still. Or if, if 1 month is kind of dead and I have a bunch of extra cash, I might end up getting this figure. But for right now, I am going to pass on it because I already have 2 Gojo figures. And there's the monochrome Extreme one that's coming out later this year too. So, man, there's really good options for Satoru. And you guys have that option to kind of come up with what you guys like the most. And this B-style option is just another good one to choose from. And of course, it's 1/4 scale. 1/4 scale, he's pretty damn huge. And, that's about the size of where I like a lot of my figures. So freeing is like at the top of the list of the kind of scales that, I kind of go for or I want to go for. So yeah, Satoru and then Suguru. This is the one that I'll probably pick over the Satoru one because there's not much Suguru figures. And this one looks pretty damn cool too. And they picked the right kind of pose. And it showcases his ability, which is like when he eats those those monster demon spirits. I kind of always forget. I get mixed up with Chainsaw Man. There's so many dang like demon stuff, spirits, and all the stuff. They all kind of like melt together in my head for me. But yeah, this is one of his abilities. And I'm glad that they kind of chose this one. And judging by the face sculpt, the sculpting of him is what stands out the most in my opinion. The little black effects is like, it's a little bit unnecessary. And I hope that they don't drive up the cost too much. I do like special effects. I do like adding a little bit of flair to the figure. I do like that stuff. But if it's going to cost me an extra $200-$300 just to have like these little black effects, I really don't need it. If you take out the little black special effects, and if you just look at Suguru Geto and look at his sculpt, the look, the face, it's like almost a perfect figure. I try to refrain from saying perfect because we don't have these things on us, right? So we can only judge by the prototype pictures or the pictures from, those people that cover these figures. I'm very, very happy, that there is a big enough community and other blogs and websites and people out there covering this stuff to give us a sneak peek into these figures. But the hype for this one, I'm pretty hyped for this one. He has mostly like prize figures out there. I'm not too sure if he even has like any other like good quality scales like in the RFXJ range of kind of figures. But freeing, I'm so happy that they did this character because he's a very, very important character. Yeah, if you guys read the manga Jujutsu Kaisen, this to me, out of all the figures so far of this character, I want this one. And so this one for sure, I'm probably going to get, especially over the Satoru one because he has too many figures and I already have a couple. Yeah, really, really excited about this one. And I'm probably going to drop a pre-order for this figure when he comes out. And here's just like a couple like pop-up parades. There's Nendoroids. Of course, it's Good Smile, right? Good Smile Fest. So they're going to have a lot of Nendoroids, a lot of pop-up parades. If you guys are into that, it's just something that caught my eye. It's just the final season Reiner. So it's just something cool, a little bit different. And Anya has a lot of prize figures. And now she has a pop-up parade. And honestly, guys, I get why people complain about the Phoenix scale. Like, she does look pretty much like a prize figure, to be honest. Spy Family is they're a very hard kind of series to make really good anime figures for because, of course, shonen animes and stuff like that, you have powers, you have very dynamic poses that you can use to create figures from. With Anya and Spy Family in general, it's really, really hard to find something that looks of value for a scale. So everything is just going to end up looking like a prize figure. And honestly, this one looks good. And the last thing that was dropped on Newswise was the Good Smile Company's their scale versions of Anya and Your Forger. And if they're picking this pose, these pictures, it honestly, like I mentioned earlier, is going to come out maybe looking like just another prize figure. So it's going to be very interesting to figure out, okay, how much bigger are they going to be? How much better is the quality going to be? So if we're comparing these photos, just the photos, there's no prototypes or anything yet. If we compare this to the Phoenix prototype pictures, there's not really that much of a difference. So it's going to be interesting to see if they put any kind of base. What about Lloyd Forger? There's, no news really on him. So this is going to be pretty damn interesting if, if it gets way too expensive, is it really worth it to get those scales when we could just get a prize figure that looks very, very similar, or we could get the SH Figure Arts articulated figures, those action figures of these characters? Are we better off getting that? So I'm really just kind of scratching my head to kind of figure out how are they coming up with this? And how much is this going to be? If honestly, guys, if it's very similar price to the next one, if it's similar price or a little bit lower, I'll be open to buying these figures. But for right now, I'm still kind of want to wait and see what the prototype are going to look like. And of course, there's no Yor yet for the next one, so I'm kind of interested to see what she comes out looking like. It's a nice little update to know that, it's like in production, they're making these. But yeah, I'm just kind of like, it's kind of just whatever right now, in my opinion, of how I really feel about these two figures that's potentially gonna come out looking like. But yeah, one last big news is actually RightStufAnime. If you guys buy stuff from RightStufAnime, I get some stuff from RightStufAnime every now and then. They got bought out by Crunchyroll, by the Crunchyroll family. So what the heck does this mean for, us customers that's buying from them? So, okay, first things first, if you guys are buying any, 18 plus or erotic kind of anime figures, those kind of figures are moving away from Right Stuff. They do have an erotica products fact page, so you guys can go there. There's a certain website that they're gonna move all of their basically 18 plus those naughty looking anime figures. You're gonna have to buy it on another website now, but all those orders that we have that's on order right now, they're still going to fulfill that, but most of those figures are going to go to a different website, and that's where you're probably going to have to buy those figures from. But it looks like the branding for RightStufAnime, they're not really going to change anything right now, so it's kind of interesting. They haven't really updated too much about what exactly they're going to do, but at some point they're probably going to infuse the benefits of both Crunchyroll and RightStufAnime. But yeah, it looks like the pre-order, if you have anything on pre-order, they're still going to fulfill everything. Everything's going to be still as is. But one of the big things that I'm kind of waiting on, because I pay membership to RightStufAnime, so it's just $18 a year. And so if you guys are planning on buying stuff and you're going to save potentially over $18 a year from RightStufAnime, so you buy manga, you buy, Blu-rays, you buy anime figures, you buy anything else or any kind of merch from RightStufAnime, and you plan on buying more where you're gonna save $18 a year from RightStufAnime, and I would just get the membership. But it's kind of interesting to figure out, okay, what other advantages are we gonna get? And the other things that I'm kind of wondering about is like, just in general, I hope we get better deals, because assuming that they have a bigger budget, so now they're, combining that RightStufAnime budget with the Crunchyroll budget, does that mean we're going to get cheaper anime figures? Because they could probably buy more. Are we going to get better shipping prices? Like I said, Crunchyroll store, they give you free shipping. RightStufAnime, they don't go that route. They can have some cheaper anime figure prices, but you're gonna have to pay a little bit more shipping. The Crunchyroll store, you have to pay upfront. RightStufAnime, you don't have to pay upfront for a majority of their figures. So I hope maybe the membership fee, we get a lot more perks, maybe a bigger discount, maybe some free shipping. That would be nice too. So those are just like a couple things to kind of take note of Crunchyroll buying out, RightStufAnime. So this is definitely news that I'm keeping my eyes on. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. But I think out of all these figures, I'm most excited about the Uzui Tengen and the Suguru Geto figure. Those are probably my top picks for the news that came out this past weekend. There's a bunch of other stuff like Hatsune, Miku. There's all the typical anime figures for you female viewers. There's a lot of stuff out there for you, for the ladies. But for me, I am excited about Uzui Tengen and Suguru Geto, and they're 1/4 scale by FREEing. I generally like FREEing, even though some of their figures can be a bit overpriced. They still do a good job. I still like them. They're still a good company. Yeah, if you guys like My Hero Academia, there's a bunch of scale figures coming out for them, and of course you have the new season that's coming later this year in October. And yeah, I hope I get my shipment of the Shion, the Cowboy Bebop, And the Nendoroid doll, I hope that comes in a lot faster than later. I hope it comes in one piece, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated with that whenever that comes in. Right now, I'm editing the bare-legged bunny of Mirio Nava, and I will be doing the Sakura Mato Aniplex figure right after that. That's pretty much all I have to say. Appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Comment down below what you guys think of these anime figures. What are you guys looking forward to? What news dropped that you guys are excited about? Check out my blog at otakusen.com. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video.